Okay, so now you bought it for, what was it, 660?
681,000.
Yeah, okay. How
And
did you get it funded?
I used my own money, so 20% that I saved up for my wholesaling business. I bought this in August of last year, and we actually have it up for sale now. This facility, put it up for sale for 1.5.
Oh, cool. And so, okay, well, that's cool. So now why are you getting rid of this one?
So I can use the funds and trade up into something bigger. That's kind of the objective now. The
Mhm.
land wholesaling business has been rough for the last few months. It's just been hard to move property, and so yeah, I'm hoping I can sell this and use this as a down payment and maybe go buy a 5 million or $6 million deal, and scale up kind of that way.
You're already up by your third one. You're already up to a $5 million deal.
Yeah, that's kind of the objective there.
Did you? So we have some questions. Did you know you have a room to expand before you purchased? And if so, how did you verify with the city?
So I mean, because it's such a small town and I already had the structure in place and I wasn't adding in more physical square footage to the building, they're like, you can do whatever you want. So those really not even a process there. I just hired Janice to take care of that expansion. And for those of you who don't know, Janice is a very big company in self-storage. They do doors and smart locks, and they're at all the trade shows in Vegas and all the self-storage conferences.
So did you quote out a whole bunch of different companies to do your new construction? And
No, I mean, I just gave the bid to Janice, and I
Mhm.
just wanted them to bid on it, and 35 grand seemed reasonable for 38 units. It was about 1,100 square feet, so that's
That
about
seems like
35.
really reasonable, honestly.
Yeah, very reasonable. So yeah, I didn't really feel the need to bid it out. I was
And you don't
comfortable.
really have any other expenses because you already have the building there. So
Yeah, I already
yeah.
have the building. Yeah, it was just some area on the back that was unused. In fact, I hadn't even gone back there. It's funny. I just thought it was the 50 units and that's it. But when I closed on it, I flew there for the second time, and then I just went back in the manager like area where I just thought it was like he had like a small office there or a desk, or I didn't even know what was going on there. And I just saw, oh, he has like an extra 1,000 square feet that can be used. So decided to use that for the expansion.
Cool. So, okay, good. Then we have some more questions to be asked before I keep going on. Are you requiring tenant protection insurance?
I do not require it, but I offer it as an add-on. So if someone wants to buy it, they can do it directly from our website. And I use a company called Safely, since they let me keep 75% of the revenue. If you use Easy Storage Solutions tenant protection, then you only keep 30%. So
Mhm.
that's a cool tip
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
How much do you net? So how much do you net a month on this one?
On this one, right now with that eviction, it's brought me down to 9,200 a month. So in a year, that is 110, and then I have 80,000 in terms of the expenses. So I'm making about 30 grand a year, but also this includes the debt payment, which should not be part of your NOI. So if you kind of,
Okay.
yeah, so the NOI on this is obviously much higher.
Yeah. What kind of a loan did you get?
This was with a local lender, once again in Dallas. It's a bank called Spectra Bank. They only have like 200 million in assets, so like very, very small bank. And yeah, they just lent me the 80% loan to value on this deal at 4.5%.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Are you going to do 1031 exchange, or will you sell and pay capital gains before buying?
So I did something really interesting with both my facilities. Is I did not like I'm not planning on doing 1031 because you need to own a property at least 2 years. I did something called a cost segregation analysis. So all real estate is made up of land and improvements. So the improvement value you can just appreciate 100%. So I took on Lufkin, I bought it for 1 million. 100,000 was the land value. 900,000 was the physical structure. So we just took a $900,000 loss in my tax return for Lufkin. And for this one, it was like a $550,000 loss that we showed year one. So basically, that helps me not pay any money to the IRS when I buy these facilities. and it offsets all my regular income that I make from the land business, as well as those losses then get carried forward to future years. When you sell, eventually you get hit with a massive like I'll lose 60-70% of the proceeds to the IRS, unless before the end of 2022, if I reinvest it into another deal and I do another cost, like if I buy a 5 million or $4 million deal and I take $3 million loss year one, then I offset all the capital gains and the recapture taxes on the depreciation. Everything gets offset. So again, I'll have a loss. So that's kind of the goal, just to buy something bigger and never have to do a 1031 exchange.